I did some major damage at Sephora the past couple months, so I have a haul to share with you. I'm going to be sharing everything I've purchased in January and most of February as well. There's a lot of makeup and there's a lot of fragrance because the fragrance launches have been so crazy lately. But I am so excited to say today's video is sponsored by Coupert. Now, if you know me, you know I like to save wherever possible. I love a good deal, as I'm sure you guys do as well. So I am never online shopping without using the Coupert browser extension. Coupert is a free extension designed to help consumers save money while shopping online. It supports Chrome, Edge, Opera, Firefox, and Safari on desktop and Safari on mobile with the Coupert app. With 6 million weekly active users on desktop and 3 million on mobile, Coupert serves over 200,000 merchants globally and offers 3 core services: automatic coupon testing, cashback rewards, and price comparison services. Now, I love having this extension because it makes finding a deal easy. I'm always looking for a coupon code. So what Coupert is going to do on the extension, you just click on it and it's going to automatically search through hundreds of codes that they might have online and find one to work for you. Now, of course, I used it on Sephora and we know they don't have money off or discounts, but they do have free gifts with purchase. So I did use this to get a free gift, but at the same time, you're also going to be getting cash back on your purchase. So no matter what, you're always saving a little bit, and even 3% cash back definitely adds up if you're like me and making a lot of Sephora orders here and there, and also works on some of their other websites too. Like, I'm always using it shopping Ulta when I'm shopping for clothing, Target, Walmart, all the essentials. It does take about 15 days after your order to process your cash back, and you can get that cash back through PayPal, gift cards, or your bank card. There is 2.6 million retailers to choose from on their website, so no matter where you're shopping, it probably works with Coupert. The price comparison tool is also super helpful, especially when I'm on Amazon. You can click an item and it's going to pop up and it's going to show you what the price is at different stores, so you can make sure you're getting the best deal. I know sometimes Amazon prices can be a little different from other retailers, and maybe some things like on sale, so you're always going to make sure you're getting the best deal, whether it's through coupons, cashback, or comparing prices. You guys can start using Coupert now to save money and stop paying full price in 2025. I'll have the link in the description box for the browser extension and also the link to the app store. Now let's go ahead and get into this ginormous Sephora haul. All right, let's start with the makeup goodies and then we'll get into like body care and fragrance. So I did pick up a couple new launches from Anastasia. I did see that they were launching a new foundation for, well, not technically for oily skin, but it was a new matte foundation, which whenever I hear a new matte foundation coming out, I'm always intrigued because I do have oily skin. And I feel like this year there's going to be a bit more matte foundations coming out on the market. So I really wanted to try this one. This is called the Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. I did pick this up when it launched, which was back in January. So I have had this a few weeks now. I've been using it and I do really like this. I feel like it literally looks flawless on the skin. It's not like full coverage. I would say it's a good buildable medium coverage. It literally just perfects everything. It gets rid of my redness and it's incredibly lightweight on the skin, which I love. I do notice that I don't think this is like the most mattifying foundation. I do get oily with this, even with a matte primer. So kind of surprised they're calling it that. I would say if you are super oily, you might want to pass on this one. Personally, I feel like I'm just enough in between. I'm a little more combo, and especially in the wintertime, I'm not quite as sweaty and greasy as I usually am in like the spring and summer. So I can definitely get away with this one. I'm not saying it like overly is glowy or anything or produces a ton of oil, but it just doesn't control it as much as a normal matte foundation would. If you're super oily, I would look into getting the one size. I think it's called the Full Beat foundation. That one is like super shine free. This one I still like because it looks very pretty on the skin and I like how it wears and it does hold up throughout the day. It's not wearing off of my face even when my oils come through. So personally, I would give this like a 7 out of 10. I still like the one size a bit better for me, but this is still a great foundation and definitely something I'm going to keep reaching for because I love how lightweight this is and how it feels and looks on the skin. I think it is really pretty. So I've been really enjoying the Anastasia foundation. I also decided to pick up the setting spray too, because this was supposed to be more mattifying as well. It's called the Impeccable Setting Spray. Now I really don't notice any mattifying properties in this. It does say it's a blurring matte, but when I'm spraying it, like, it doesn't give off a powder finish like how the Milk Makeup one does, and it doesn't really feel tight or anything. So I don't really feel like this is actually controlling oil. I think it's great for long wear though, and I do pair it with the foundation. But yeah, overall I just feel like both of these could have been more like a true matte. I don't really find them to be. Let me know though, if you have dry skin, have you tried these? How did they work on you? Because I'm really curious to see if it is too like drying or too matte for a dry skin type. So that's a little bit about the Anastasia products. Now I did actually pick up a new Makeup by Mario powder. I have the just original translucent or light color, but they actually had a fair pink one that I've been hearing was really good for the under eyes, and I've been looking for a nice under eye setting powder since they ruined my favorite Givenchy rose powder. So this is actually kind of cool because it is a fair pink powder, but it is not ultra pink. And a lot of times super pink powders actually don't brighten my under eyes because I'm too fair to use a pink powder. I need something that's kind of like a mix of a pink powder and like a translucent, something in between that's like super light. So this kind of works, although I think it could use just a little bit more pink to it because it almost still looks translucent. Like, I'm really not noticing much pink to it, but it does just give like a soft hint of it. That's just enough that I do feel like it brightens. But I've been really liking the Makeup by Mario soft blur setting powder, especially under the eyes. It's not really an oil control powder, so I don't use it as much on my face. I use the Huda for that, but under my eyes, this holds up really well and makes my concealer look less creasy, less cakey, very blurring, and it holds up throughout the day. So I've been really enjoying the Makeup by Mario powder, especially for under the eyes, and I think the fair pink just gives that hint of brightness that's perfect if you have more fair skin like me. I did pick up an eyeshadow palette. This is the latest Natasha Denona launch. She launched the Mini Eye Sculpt palette, and while this might be so boring to some, and this would be boring to like 2016 Leah as well. I used to hate all matte palettes, but I actually think this is perfect for me in my makeup era right now. I've been wearing so many just single shimmery shadows on the lid, but sometimes I just want to add a little definition, a little dimension, and so this is perfect to pair with those single shadows because sometimes it feels like a lot when you have to grab a big palette to go in for some of those matte colors that I'm looking for, at least to me sometimes, which is probably kind of crazy, but I don't know why. It just overwhelms me a little bit when I just want like one shadow on the lid. But this is just the perfect little palette I could do and just pop a shimmer on the lid. I used the Patrick Ta shimmers today, and this was nice. I will say I did have a little issues with this medium brown in my outer corner. I don't know if it was me, the eye primer, but it did seem like it was a little patchy to work with. And usually I find my Natasha Denona shadows to blend really well, but lately I've just been kind of noticing just some of the darker shades seem to be a little bit patchy in some of their new launches. Even with their purple palette that they released last year, like holiday time, I find some of the darker shades to be a little bit harder to blend, and I usually don't have that issue with Natasha Denona quality, but that's the only problem I had. Overall, Natasha Denona eyeshadows are one of my favorites. I find that usually they're easy to blend, they're really pigmented, and they last on the lids. They don't crease up, they look flawless from start to end of the day, and that's why I really love their formulas. But yeah, this was just the perfect little palette to pair with some of my singles, like my Urban Decay Moondust, my Cleona shadows. This is gonna be great for that. Okay, I went blush crazy. There's been some really good launches lately, and I have to say I was so excited for these little YSL blushes. I am such a sucker when it comes to cute packaging, okay? I admit it. So I had to pick these up. Now, I will say, YSL, their products have been so good. I usually don't really care about luxury brands that much. Like, I don't really need Dior. I don't really need Chanel. But YSL quality has been good in their palettes, in their bronzer, that specifically has this cute leather packaging. Now, this is definitely very luxe packaging. It literally feels like squishy, so high-end, nice and heavy. So I feel like you do get what you pay for, but also the formulas are really nice as well. I picked up a couple blushes. I wasn't sure what I wanted to get, but I got 2 pinks. And the one I have on today is their number 87. Let's see. I hate that they never have the cute names. They're always just on the website, but this is 87. I'll like insert the name if I can. And it's more of that kind of brighter. This one's a little bit more of a warmer pink. And these are so soft and so pretty. They kind of remind me of the Armani blushes where they're just literally like silk. But you can see this is a really pretty bright pink. But when I wore it, I did kind of tone it down by taking my brush, dipping my brush on my hand a little bit, and then going in so it wasn't super loud. But I wanted like a bright pink, and then I also got this more light baby pink too. So freaking cute. I think this is actually the lavender one, maybe. I don't remember if I did get that. This one has a little shimmer to it, but I'm a sucker for a baby pink. I have more cool undertones. I feel like baby pink with cool undertones and super fair skin looks so cute. So you could tell there's a big difference in the pigmentation there. And this darker pink is definitely going to work for medium and deeper skin tones as well. But I had to pick these up. These are so cute. I literally want all of them, but I hate that they're so expensive. But I think when the VIB sale rolls around again, I definitely want to get one more shade. But I also really need to calm down on the blush because it's just a lot. There's been so many. And I need to actually declutter my blush collection. So one of my favorite blush formulas is the Patrick Ta ones. And they came out with a few new shades, so I had to grab one. I got the shade She's Seductive. I thought this was such a pretty, just like nice nude. I have a lot of rosy pinks from the Patrick Ta line. This one I think was the lighter of the 3 because they did come out with, I know for sure, like a brighter reddish orange as well. But I love this formula. It's one of my favorites. I own a lot in this line because when there's a blush I love, I'm gonna buy multiple shades. But this one, I don't know if it's gonna be too dark or not, but I like that this one's just a little bit more nudie brown than some of the other ones where they run a little bit more rosy pink. But that is how the powder looks. And I love that with these you do your powder first and then you do your cream on top. Let's see. This is what the cream looks like by itself. But the cream just adds a little bit of a glow, and even with oily skin I find myself just reaching for these time and time again. By the swatches, I'm really liking how this looks so far, and I already know I love the formula. Alright, and I had to order this too. It's from Natasha Denona, the High Blush. It's their Cloudy Cream Cheek Duo. Again, Natasha's a brand I just always want to try their launches, and I thought the packaging on this was super cute. So I got the shade Sweet Cheeks, and it opens up like this. You have a little mirror, and it is like a cream blush and like a blush topper or highlight kind of duo. This does feel like the same cream blush that have been in a couple of her like palettes that she's done, like different eye and face palettes. This is what the swatch looks like. Although maybe this one's a little more creamy. I do feel like some of her other ones have been more of a cream to powder, but I love this peachy pink shade. And then you have the highlight, which isn't quite as like creamy feeling as the blush, but I feel like that just gives like that wet look. And I think it's going to be so pretty just as like a little blush topper. You can pair them together, you can wear them separate. I wore this one as like a little highlight today, and the skin was definitely glowing. It looked beautiful. So I am excited to try those a little bit more. I feel like I'm fine with just having one shade of those. Like I'm not feeling like I have to go out and get more shades, but I think it's cute. I also picked up the new Rare Beauty Liquid Contour. I always get excited for a Rare Beauty launch, and I mean, we've kind of already had the cream contour, so I was unsure if this was really necessary. And it pretty much looks like the blushes, except this one has a lot more product and it's a lot bigger. And I was worried if it would be like super pigmented and hard to blend like the blushes can be. Like you only need one dot of those. But I was kind of surprised to see this seems like a totally different formula. It's actually very natural, very blendable on the skin, and I found that it has a little bit of like a glow to it as well. Not like a shimmery glow, but like it looks wet almost when you're applying it. I'm not sure if I love this more than I do the cream stick. I honestly think for oily skin, I would get the cream stick. I just feel like that is such a good product from them and has a little bit more of a matte finish. This is fine, but like I like the e.l.f. version a little bit better because they actually came out with their liquid bronzer late last year, early this year. and I feel like it does literally the same thing. If you want something that's like really natural on the skin, really good for like a no makeup day, but overall I would definitely pick the cream stick over this liquid contour. I did use the shade Gentle. This was definitely the more contour looking one of the bunch. And then lastly, for makeup, I had to try these. Makeup Forever came out with new glosses in the same shades as their popular lip liners. And if you know me, I am such a fanatic for their Anywhere Caffeine liner and also their Wherever Walnut liner. So of course I had to order the glosses, and let me tell you, I did not expect these to impress me as much as they did, but wow, these are nice, and I love a plumping gloss. And to me, these are plumping with no burn. They're a little cooling, but no burn. So on me, I'm actually wearing Wherever Walnut, which I think is a little more brown than Anywhere Caffeine. These are incredibly like shiny and really thick feeling on the lips, which I love. And that's my favorite type of formula. If you don't like a thick gloss, these are probably not for you, but a thick gloss I feel like lasts so much longer throughout the day, and I feel like it makes your lips look bigger. So I'm here for it, and this does last really well. I would say I wore this like 3 hours before I had to go get lunch. It did wear off after I ate, but the 3 hours I had it on, it was looking good that whole time. So I usually wipe my mouth too with my napkin, so I purposely did remove it, but it was lasting really good, and I'm excited about these. And I didn't think they would excite me because I feel like I have so many lip products. Let me show you guys the Anywhere Caffeine. I realized I didn't swatch the other one. Wherever Walnut's a little bit lighter. Okay, so actually Wherever Walnut is more pink. Anywhere Caffeine is slightly more like warm nude. But yeah, these are gonna match the lip liners perfectly, and I think this was such a smart idea for them to do. I saw they also came out with a skin tint as well, which I'm kind of thinking about getting. So let me know if you guys have tried it. Now we have a big box of body care and fragrance. Let's start with one thing I don't really care for, and I don't know if I can still return this, but I might just list it on my Poshmark or something. But I did try the Sol de Janeiro Bella Flor body oil, and I was excited for this one, but I have to say, like, the smell is great. It smells just like their regular Bella Flor spray, but I think it's the formula that I don't really love. Let me try this one more time. But I felt like this was kind of greasy, and I like my body oils to be thicker and not quite as greasy. This one is just slightly too greasy for me, where I feel like it's just sitting on the skin and I have to just blend it forever. So I've just tried a lot of body oils, and like, this is nice and it smells great, but I don't know if I love it. But I mean, it's a great one if you want to pair it with like your Baccarat Rouge and it's 100 dupes and all that, but I don't know. I just don't think it was worth the money. I definitely have better body oils in my collection. So for me, I'm probably just gonna put that on my Poshmark because I think it's past the return window. Okay, from Rare Beauty, we have a new scent from them, which I was really excited because when they first came out with like their Find Comfort spray, it wasn't my favorite scent-wise, and I was really hoping that they would come out with some more versions of it. And I think it's definitely something they'll continue to do. So this is their new Find Comfort Awaken Confidence. And this one has notes of peach nectar, orange blossom, and white sandalwood. Now, I definitely think this is still very like unisex smelling. I will say, oh my gosh, I cannot get over the mister on these. They're so good. It's like this beautiful cloud of fragrance. This definitely is, to me, I like this one so much better than the original. And it's not like super juicy peach. This is still, in my opinion, very unisex, very comforting because it is in the comfort line. So it just feels very sensual, warm, relaxing. You definitely smell the woody notes though. So it's like peach, woody, slightly floral, almost laundry smelling, very clean. So if you're expecting like a juicy sweet peach, that's not really it. And I guess that's not really the direction that they're going with this fragrance line, but I like this scent. I do. I've been trying to expand my scent profiles, I guess. I'm usually such a gourmand sweet fragrance girl, but I'm really trying to trying some more florals, some more maybe unisex scents, more woody scents this year, and not just sticking to the basic vanillas. I feel like this is a fun step in that direction. I also love that they came out with a lotion in this. This is such a good one. Okay, this is their Bouncy Body Cream. And you guys, I honestly love the texture of this. It is so moisturizing, so good. I think they call it bouncy because it kind of just feels like it wiggles in there. But it feels so nice on the skin, you guys. It's not like super thick, but you can just tell it is so moisturizing. It feels just like your skin got a giant drink of water. And it smells like a lighter version of the spray, but of course layering together, you're gonna smell amazing all day. So again, I cannot wait to see what else they do with this fine comfort line. I cannot wait to see what scents they come out with, but I definitely prefer this one over the original. The original was definitely more like sandalwood heavy in my opinion. I love that this one has the peach in it. Okay, I also bought, and I'm almost done with this, like I've been using the crap out of it. Whenever Sol de Janeiro launches a body wash, I do like to pick it up, and I have to say, I love this one. In the Delicia Drench, the shower oil version, this was perfect to come out in the winter time. It smells just like their Delicia Drench body butter. I am just so addicted to this scent. Like, it's more of a kind of sugary, soft, floral vanilla. Not like super duper gourmand, but it is just so beautiful. Like, if you haven't tried, I think it's number 58, you have to try it. It is so good. Or maybe 59, I can't remember, but I will definitely be repurchasing this when the next VIB sale comes, which is until like April. But this is so nice. I know these are so expensive, and I don't usually like to buy a lot of expensive body washes. I buy a lot just from Walmart, but for these I will splurge, and I love how moisturizing this one was. But the smell is so good. I do have 2 perfumes to talk about in this video as well. There has been some even more new scents launching, so I'll have to do a perfume updates and like just like a whole perfume haul of just perfume, because there's been so many new scents. But I have 2 new loves. Okay, so first of all, I ended up buying this mini size from The Maker. I was really nervous about this one. It's called Dream, because I've tried The Maker's Lover scent and it just was not for me. But I was hearing so much about this scent called Dream and how it has this cinnamon butter note in it. But people were like, but don't think that's just what it smells like, because there's definitely other things in there. So I was nervous. So I'm like, let me just get a small size because this is pricey. You guys, I fell so in love with this fragrance. It is so perfect for the cooler months. It is warm and delicious and just beautiful, and not your basic gourmand. Like, this has so much more to it. It's like an elevated grown-up gourmand. But I 100% smell the cinnamon butter in this. That's what honestly comes out to me. I know some people are getting some more florals with this one, but right away, I just smell this slightly spiced vanilla. And I love this so much. Like, I feel like I've tried so many scents lately that it's hard for a perfume to like really blow me away, because I have so much in my collection, but this absolutely blew me away. It's so different, it's so beautiful. Let's see if it has the other notes on here. It says it has hypnotizing vanilla bourbon, seductive sandalwood, creamy cinnamon butter, and ethereal magnolia. So yeah, it's not just a simple edible vanilla scent, but there's more to it. Definitely smell this though first if you can, because I did have some comments that are like, I didn't really care for this one. So I definitely think if you only straight up like gourmands, like, and that's all you like, you don't want there to be other notes in it like florals and sandalwood and all that, then you probably won't like this one. But definitely try before you buy if you can. But if you usually like the same scents as me, I feel like you'll like this one. It is stunning. I just love it so much. And then I also picked up the new Clean Reserve scent. This was called Whipped Cherry. And normally, this is one I did smell in store first as well, and then I immediately had to buy it. But there's a lot of cherry fragrances out there, and I feel like for a long time, they all kind of smelled the same. Like, they all kind of smelled like Tom Ford Lost Cherry, right? But this one is different. This one to me smells like cherries and whipped cream. That is all it smells like, and it is so good. So different. It's not a medicinal cherry in the slightest. It does, I will say, to me at first it was reminding me of Mod Vanilla from Ariana Grande, but I think it's actually Cloud that it reminds me of. It has a little bit of that cloud DNA, so it starts off like really heavy with the cherries, and then you get that kind of cloud whipped cream dry down. I think it could use maybe a hint more juicy cherry in there, but if you usually don't like cherry fragrances, honestly, try this one out. I think it is such a pretty scent. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things I've smelled from Clean Reserve, besides just their original skin scent from them, but this was a winner. But yeah, I've been trying to do better, not blind buying things, so I've been going in store a lot and smelling things, but I did place another order with some like mini sizes with some new scents I want to try. Okay, this is a skincare item, but I've been hearing some good things about Glow Recipe lately. I know they came out with a newer moisturizer, and they just came out with the liquid blushes, and I just bought those too, so I will have a video on those. But I wanted to try this from them. It's their Cloudberry Bright Essence Toner. Let me tell you, this is like all I've been using lately. This and like a skin milk, and my skin has been so good. I feel like I just needed something that was good for brightening, but oftentimes I don't like a lot of vitamin C products because I feel like it smells weird on my skin. I just can't do the smell. But this is really nice. I like how this feels on the skin. I feel like it's such a nice gel consistency. It works great for oily skin, so I've been wearing this in the mornings. Sometimes I'll put my skin milk on over top of this as well, but I've been really liking this, and it's been making me want to try some more Glow Recipe products again. I used to really love their skincare, but I haven't used them in a while, but I really like this, and that's kind of the most of what I've been using on my skin lately. Glow Recipe products all have a really yummy fruity scent to them, so that's why I've been loving this one. And it's not greasy on the skin either, just that nice gel consistency that sinks right in. So if you have oily skin, I would check this one out. I definitely feel like it's helped just evening my entire complexion. I like had really bad acne in the past, so a lot of times I would have a lot of dark spots from acne scars or even sunspots, and I feel like my skin literally looks like glass right now. So this has helped tremendously. I really want to try the moisturizer they have in that line as well. And then the last thing I got, this was actually my birthday gift. So my birthday is in February, so on the 28th, and I picked out one of their birthday gifts. To be honest, I was not like that impressed with the gifts they had this month. They had a lot, but nothing I was like, need. This was the best one by far. I love Makeup by Mario, and they had this little lip set. So it comes with a lip liner, a little mini one. How cute. This one is in the color, I think, Rich Mauve, which is actually a really nice color. I'm excited about this because the only lip liner I have from Makeup by Mario is a really dark, like rosy brown. I don't use it as much, but this is definitely more of a shade I would use for every day. And then it came with one of the plumping lip serums, which I do enjoy these a lot. They're really similar to the Tarte, where they'll just melt right on the lips. This one's in Rosewood Glow, which I don't think I've tried, so I thought that was a cute little lip set. Picked that as my free birthday gift, and that is going to complete this Sephora haul. Again, I do have a perfume roundup video I need to do, which I'll probably still include. I don't know if I'll include these two or not, probably, just because I feel like some people might watch this and might not watch the perfume video, but I do have more fragrances to share with you guys, so definitely have your notifications on for my channel. I think I'm gonna do like a short video for the new Touchland fragrance mist, and I do have a short on the new KLA fragrance mist as well, so check that out too. But yeah, that's all I have to share with you. Don't forget to check out Coupert as well to save some money this year. Again, link is down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.